We're back. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Indie News Network. So we had a busy week with a lot of new indie game announcements, launches, and so much more. So I'm just going to give you guys a recap of some of my top picks for this past week in indie news. So let's get started. So the big talk of the week was Nintendo Direct, which aired on Thursday, and boy did it bring some heat from some great AAA games that we're already a fan of, but we're not going to get into that. That's not what we're here for. We're here for that indie hypeness. So with further ado, let's start out with some of the indie goodness that we just got from Nintendo Direct. Disco Elysium, the final cut, is making its way to Nintendo Switch on October 12th. This groundbreaking and award-winning role-playing adventure puts you in the role of a detective with a unique skill system at your fingertips and a whole city to explore. You will question unique characters, solve murder cases, or even take bribes. Become the hero or become the absolute worst human alive. It's your choice. Final Cut Edition adds full voice acting to the game, more areas, and more characters. Disco Elysium Final Cut will be added to the Nintendo Switch on October 12th. Next announcement is Deltarune Chapter 2. In Deltarune, you'll follow the story of Chris, who lives in a monster-infested world. Chris and their classmate Susie fall into an unknown place called the Dark World, where they meet Rouse, who begins their journey by saying they are the heroes destined to save the world in true RPG adventure fashion. Now, the trio must take out the Darkners and restore the balance. Deltarune Chapter 2 is available now on Nintendo Switch as a free update, so what a gift. Like, I was not kidding. Nintendo Direct really came through with all the indie goodness. Disco Elysium is one that is on my list, so I can't wait to try that out on the Nintendo Switch. So let's get into some of the other game announcements that we have for this week, as well as some additional news on some previously announced games that we've already heard about. Die After Sunset, an upcoming rogue-lite shooter from Playstark and PQube, has released a demo that is out now on Steam. In Die After Sunset, you battle for Earth and travel through time as you defeat hordes of enemies and complete the quest to create the best build ever. There's no set schedule for release yet, but you can get your hands on the demo today on Steam. Breakwaters enters early access this year on PC. In Breakwaters, you must learn to survive as you deal with the ocean's depths, which are full of titans, monsters, and treasure. Only a breakwater can push back the water to approach these new phenomenons. Breakwater is set to release on PC and console. A little cuteness never hurt anybody. Lil Gator Game has just been announced by MegaWobble and Playtonic Friends. In Lil Gator Game, you will employ a packed toolbox of toys and abilities to explore a giant play park spread across an island as you guide the little gator as he climbs, jumps, glides, and flings himself through his adventures. Lil Gator Game is set to release on PC in 2022.
To call it the happiest turn in the world.
Our last announcement we want to showcase is The Good Life, which is set to release on October 15th. Yup, that's soon. In The Good Life, you will play as Naomi, a New York-based photographer who has just arrived in the small British town of Rainy Woods with a specific job at hand, to discover the truth behind this place known as the happiest town in the world. The Good Life releases October 15th on Xbox One, PS4, and Nintendo Switch.
To investigate a secret.
and she's hoping this job will help her.
So while you all are waiting on those games that are coming out and those demos that you can get your hands on right now, let's go into what some recently launched games. So first one is one that I've been eyeing and keeping my eye on. You know I love indie multiplayer chaos, and this one, Ember, is definitely that. Ember is a 1 to 4 person online physics-based simulator. So if you're used to physics-based games like Human Fall Flat and Gang Beasts, this is similar when we call physics-based, where you and your friends are amateur Ember responders. That's right, we'll be putting out some fires, saving clients, and attempting not to cause a lot of chaos, but again, we can't make any promises. So let's take a look to see what you guys have in store with Ember, which recently launched.
Okay, first day on the job. I'm so fired up for a brand new start. Who'd have thought that to be a firefighter, all you need is to sign into an app? Today I become an Ember firefighter. Sure, I don't have any previous experience or actual training, but pointing a hose is easy, right? Oh hey, my first job. I better get this right. Let's move. This is gonna be fun. Whoa, that's a pretty big fire. You don't expect me to tackle this alone, do you? There's gotta be some backup out there somewhere. Guys, little help? Look at all these fellow brave Ember responders, ready to lay it on the line.
Ember is available now on Xbox, PS4, Nintendo Switch, PC, and Stadia, with crossplay enabled for all except Nintendo Switch. If you want to check out the live gameplay of Ember, then tune into my Twitch channel by the same name, Ashers, on the 28th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, as me and the crew, give a live review of this new indie game.
Fry again. I thought of that one myself.
The last game that recently launched that we want to showcase is Sheltered 2. In Sheltered 2, it is a resource management survival game brought to you by Unicode Studios and Team 17. In Sheltered 2, you will have to keep your faction of survivors alive as you maintain your shelter and scavenge the ravaged world for resources. Hello, zombie apocalypse. You will need to befriend and trade with the factions you meet or conquer them by force. I'm not one to judge your choices, do as you will. Sheltered 2 is out now on PC. So that's that for Indie News Network. I hope you guys enjoyed some of these new games coming out, some demos for you guys to try as well, some early access that's out, and some games that you guys should add to your watch list. As always, I'm here to give you guys bite-sized recap news of indie games that you guys have to look forward to, and then I can showcase for you guys as well. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys next week. Take care, guys.